Let's swing on over to this pulse check, yeah?
Any thoughts on this
being
list,
on keyboard and mouse. On top of that, I think it's really hard to rate him lower than that.
Okay.
Where would you put Warzone 2
He's
Huskers?
in a situation very similar. Probably
Warzone 2 Huskers is a.
Iceman Isaac in terms of.
I mean, he's not an
but
80.
He's not really used to.
Well, I want
IGL.
you to know. I want you to
So,
know
but maybe
that
with
80
two
rating
out players
higher
he
than
could.
DJ.
I don't know. I feel like
Yeah, it's not an
he
80.
still have a lot of competitive in him,
if-
even though he's a keyboard and mouse player. But it's just more like, what is it going to take to move up?
I gotta see what they say about Chris after this.
So, all right, next swag. J-God.
Interesting. I gotta hear this.
I put a 78.
Okay.
I think Swag's still pretty good, but I don't know if he necessarily has the, like, I've watched him compete. I don't know if he necessarily has the passion for competing the same way that it wasn't. I mean, partially the game probably contributes to that, and there's other factors, but like, or it could be also that he's getting older too, and he's like, oh shit, these guys are demons, you know? That you run into when you play this, where you're running into 19-year-old, 20-year-olds. So yeah, that's where I kind of put him. I think he's very good at the game. He has good knowledge, even though he broke his ankles in the World Series. Did he? No, it was in the qualifier. Never mind. But
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about
I think
that.
in general, yeah, he's good enough to know what's going on. He can be an aggressive player. He definitely needs the teammates around him, though, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And Shifty.
With Swag, I don't really look at him like a competitor because I feel like he does a lot of like content. Like that's his main, that's his shit right there is the content. So when I see him that he's just doing it for fun, in my opinion, like when he does compete, I don't think he takes it as serious as like other people. But I mean, he's not bad. I mean, Evan and them, they shit on us that end game. I forgot it was the stage 2. Like they actually broke us down.
Man,
so
Evan
he's
and
definitely
them
good at the
fucking
game. I think he
swagging
put more
them.
time
Yeah,
into
we
it. He'd be a lot better.
I made it.
But I don't think he
made
will
it.
because of how good his
Evan
content is doing. But I'd have to give him like a 75.
Okay.
I don't think it'd be fair to rank him any higher with what I've already ranked others. But Swag, like I see him as just a content creator that does this just for fun when he does compete, and he's not bad at all. He's a solid player.
Maybe I'll lower mine. Now you can.
He doesn't care.
No, that was
76. I'll do 76.
that was very well said by Shifty.
Yeah, he doesn't like need to compete anymore.
For the same reasons that Shifty just said, I'm gonna just say he's like a 72. And the reason I say that is because it's not that he can't compete, and he honestly again same thing as like an Isaac situation. He could be mid 80s, high 80s, honestly, if he wanted to. But I just don't like. He doesn't need to compete. He probably doesn't want to compete all the time. It doesn't like. And which is a good thing. That's not how you like, you know what I mean? He's got a great thing going on. Obviously, any of us would be like, yo, I want to be Swag. Like, of course. But given that said, like, I don't think he had a good year at all. Like, I don't. There's not a single tournament he won, not a single tournament I don't even know if he placed top 5 in. So I don't think that's fair. Again, like to compare to the other people that are on the list to put him above him. So I'd say like a 73 is probably fair.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, again, I've always said this. Like Chris is a very good role player.
like
I've said this since day one. I played with Chris. I mean, that's my boy. That's like quite literally my brother. Right? What Chris needs is 2 young, like straight goats. Like I'm talking again. He was practically winning everything when Diaz was there. Right? Like Chris is that role player that, like, even me, like, I can say this because I was that.
He's the best fucking player in the game.
I was the one first entryman. I was the one making sure we're like not overextending. We're not.
Shit, you give me Shifty. You give me Shifty and Biffle. I guarantee you I win every goddamn tournament.
And somebody else, I don't know, 2 young demons.
Swag is playing with somebody older than him.
And just be that role player. Maybe have an IGL. And Pence, like that's what I.
Shit, I was the youngest player on the team.
So again, Chris is not a bad player. I think he just needs
I didn't think about
around
that.
him. So
That is crazy.
He's a great player.
I can't wait to hear about Trey. I can't wait. Oh yes.
No, I think Colors is definitely right around 79 where you guys have him too.
I think Color's a good shout. So I'd put like 80, 81, 82.
I don't know why you guys keep
81.
No way Shifty just gave Trey an 81. I can't believe that.
81.
Yeah.
Like
82? Oh no!
I would have got on this shit, but
There's 2 versions of Trey, right? There's Oregon Trey.
I don't know why he
And there's
wants
Miami
to
Trey. Okay, Oregon Trey is grinding, and Miami Trey is usually after a big tournament win. So after he won that 100K in whatever it was in December, he went to Miami Trey. Went straight to Miami, did the whole thing, and I think he lost his passion. So same thing, kind of what Shifty's saying. I think he is an incredible player. I'm gonna put him at like an 81.
No!
Crazy.
No!
$1,000 tournament. He did not get a lot of those this year.
Incredible
He did
player,
win
Trey.
one. I do think he's an incredible player, but dude, for some reason he didn't stream for like 6 months, I think.
Hey, if they're
no way,
if
no way they don't rank DJ
maybe early on in the year. Or
if they're giving Trey that ranking, they should bump Swag's numbers up because brother, I don't know, you know.
I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
Okay, dude. If Shifty doesn't give you an 85 plus, bro, I feel so bad for you, bro.
Damn, a 79 from Mr. J God.
It's really top performance.
79
like, within this past year. Or maybe I'm just missing when they did, but I felt like in general he's just a really good player.
Let me hear this.
So I would say this going.
Wait, hold on. Let's no one talk. I need to hear this.
80s to like 87s, right? Like all of those 87s, all of that.
Let everyone go first, boss, and then we'll talk about it after.
I rate him pretty high.
Okay.
I like DJ. I watched a lot of the, like the eBay shit, like that shit. Sarif, right? Like I had to watch a lot of that because they were in our rotation. I think DJ, in my opinion, was the best player on that trio. Unless Smith was like really grinding. Smith like when he's grinding is pretty different. But I want to say DJ had passion. I know he has shit internet also, which is insane when he told me. Because if you don't have fiber and you're playing these customs, like dude, you are. I don't even know how you win a gunfight close range. But DJ. I probably put him at like an 87. Honestly.
87. Really?
That a boy, Shifty. There it is. There it is.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Okay. There it is.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. When me and Soka were like dominating, him and Skull were one of the we lost our like 4th series to them ever in like the first 4 months of the tournament. We lost
there we go, baby.
One of our only series that we really lost was to Skull and DJ, and I forgot what tournament. It was a qualifier.
I'm gonna agree with Skull, or sorry, not Skull, Shifty. I'm gonna put him at like an 86. I think he was probably. So they asked me like an interview question at World Series. They're like, "Who's the most improved player this year?" And again, not to be biased, but I did say DJ because, like I said, a lot of people last year did not know who he was. I kind of took him under my wing a little bit, and he'll even tell you like I taught him how to play customs. Here's like the game plan basically, and that kid literally ran with it. So he be like,
wait, he just stroked his own shit.
With, like, nobodies to, like, really competing at the top, and even in all the World Series I've seen him play, he did really well. But I know this is about this year. Shifty's right, like he did really good in 2v2s, and I do think if there's more 2v2s, like him and Zepti were like doing really well competing against Shifty and Soka. Like obviously Shifty and Soka were a better duo, but I still think they were keeping up.
eBay did teach DJ.
I think the only people they were really losing to was Shifty,
DJ,
Soka, and Veiled and Sage.
No, DJ will tell you
which
that.
says something.
I know. I remember playing with DJ.
Biffle's ring on here is probably the most
and they had some success here and there, like in the top 5.
No, he's an anomaly. You can't.
I just literally was his year.
Like, bro, he's just wake up play.
I don't like
he's a weirdo, bro.
Game is game, and I don't.
Someone like him.
Player, I just don't think he was that good this year.
No, there's literally not.
All right.
There's literally not.
Debates.
I'm gonna
been
put
living
Blast
with
at a
him, bro. You
78,
just see how fucking
and
he's weird.
Say that,
Yeah, he's weird. He's weird, bro. I'm telling you, he's weird.
Like, even like
He's just
3
weird,
or 4
bro.
months of the year, kind of like a Trey situation. He was just playing Valorant.
He'll
going
sit
for,
at
like,
one
Radiant or
spot
something
for a
on
good
Valorant,
minute,
so
just
I just
staring
don't
at
think,
like
I
straight
don't think it was his year.
middle of nowhere, and just walk
Couldn't care.
away.
He was,
Nah.
just getting ready for the next year.
Bro,
So.
we were
Okay,
watching
cool.
a movie one
All right,
day.
Gary,
Oh no, we were
Mr.
watching a show
Irrational.
like at
You know
3
what?
in the
Let's switch
morning.
it up. Ebates.
He just
Go
got up
first.
mid show
We'll kind
and
of zigzag it. So that
Yeah,
He
that's about
didn't
it.
say goodnight or anything, bro.
I don't even think he can rate Booyah.
To
Yeah.
not necessarily start over, but did
He
they
played the
like
last chance qualifier, but that was it.
or a new trio,
He didn't even
or did they
play
wanna
the other
just
ones.
sit
And,
overall
that
and
one
see, what
quads
opportunities
tournament.
they get. So.
But his
Oh yeah, he played with me.
I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave mine at that.
I forgot about that quads tournament. We got second in that
But I
motherfucker.
will say,
I don't know how.
going into Booyah, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this. And again, this is my friend, right? But I think speaking on Booyah is he didn't really play that much, and I think to have him at 83, in my opinion, is a little bit disrespectful to a lot of the people in the 80s. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop him down to about 78 before we get started.
I'm gonna actually keep your original score. I think 83 is still a good number. The only reason I say that is because even with the lack of participation, he just didn't participate in a lot of tournaments. If he said, I am down to compete, there are people that will drop a third to pick him up. I think he's that good of a player.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those like natural talents. So I'd probably just put an 80 for this year. But if he actually grinded, probably be like 90.
Okay,
So.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Ebates.
I think we all agree it's like a sample size thing. I'm gonna put him at a 76, and the reason is because I think that somebody like Smixy had a better year than him, quote unquote. Obviously, if he had more tournaments, more just opportunities or whatever. I know he's doing his YouTube thing. So,
Vaughn.
he's obviously a great player. 76, I feel feels fair to me.
Like a 5K with him early in the year.
That's what really matters.
I'd say like an 85 for me. Personally,
I'd agree. I would agree. I like how we're next to each other, Brax. I like how I'm the one that's on top. You know what I mean? Because I like,
Yeah, Clamp's a very good player. I got him at a 79, and the reason I say that is because I think the only like big tournament, at least that I know that he won, was
That's a bit disrespectful. I think he's better than that.
15,000 like all Mexico tourney, and again, that's not like the best of the best. So I'm gonna put him at a.
He's at least an 80 for sure. I mean.
All right, now what
I
do you
will
think?
say,
All right, here we go. Here we go.
A lot of the, it wasn't just like Mexico. I know.
Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up. Everybody mute up.
What do y'all think about, or what, Ebates, what do you think about Braxton?
So I think Braxton actually had a pretty good year. Obviously he got third in the Caldera one, and I was like, okay, that might be like, you know, the top for him. But he actually proved me wrong this year and did really well. I'll put him at like an 87, and the reason I say that is because they did do really well at LAN. I think they got 7th. And I also will say anybody that he was playing with, I know FIFA picked him up for a tourney, and I think they won. There was a lot of times he was getting picked up and doing really, really well, like top 3 finishes all year. So I think he's a very strong player and kind of just adds, he knows his role and he adds to every single team that he's played with.
Okay. All right. 87. Now Shifty.
Real shit. Real shit.
I'd say he's a better custom player than his 2s. Like I feel like if I'm ranking people from everything, like the 2s is where it hurts him. I mean I played against them all year in 2s and customs, like their trios are usually pretty good. I know they had Tyrannics, but I think he stopped playing, so I think that's when they start. I forgot who they picked up for that.
Low life. It's actually just my saturation that's fucking
them. I
them.
don't even remember who their third was. I think Finessing, right?
For what? Oh, for World Series it was Finessing. They had Prospect, drop Prospect into Finessing.
Yeah, and even I remember there's a lot of like drama about them dropping Prospect, and Brax was like, just like wait and see, and they did have a better result.
Yeah.
I do think he knows how to play the game. He's a player for me that doesn't stand out, as in like he's super cracked. I think he's just like an all around. He's good at a little bit of everything. Okay. And clearly their trio has like a lot of chemistry, which I do think carries in this game. 2v2s, I don't think he was as strong of a player. So I'd put him around like 85.
Okay.
No.
All right. So
but it does
85?
seem World Series. They always, but it always seems like a World Series they're very consistent.
Yeah.
And like the bigger customs.
I think Brax is my opinion, is one of the most underrated individuals. That's my opinion. He's very good. It's one of those things as well.
There, that 79 from J-God or what?
A lot of people can't see it. Won't really understand it all. But
I'm not using his builds ever again.
Around 85 as well.
5.
For the men, basically what they already mentioned. He's done well and placed well.
All right, that's turn.
Like he's probably still underrated because for whatever reason, maybe they need a win.
Let's see if the beef between Brax and F.
I'm not sure. Here. But yeah, right around 85.
Didn't whine on Twitter so much.
And now, what do you think about Evan? J-God.
I don't know. This one's super tricky.
Okay.
Go on, let me hear it, J-God.
It feels like, obviously, you guys, even your guys' numbers, I feel like those are too high based off what we've already talked about. But like, I wouldn't put them below.
Damn.
I don't know, probably like an 82. It sounds criminal to say that, like that low.
Because of his past performances.
Yeah, but the performances really haven't been there. Like,
that's fair.
And I don't think he's been competing nearly as often. So I don't know. It's kind of weird to say the SuperEvan's that low.
Evan would be a
I don't know. It's kind of a weird number, but that's kind of where I put it.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Looking back on this, and like obviously for Donsk, Evan is a completely different fucking thing, right? I'm probably gonna have to change mine, man. With Evan.
I think damn, they're going back on me. Damn, they're
and I can't really put him like this high in my opinion. So I think I'm gonna have to go down to like.
Hector said I was the most underrated player on the list.
I'm probably just gonna do 82 on my end. Shifty, go ahead.
I think with F2, there's not much that I know that he played like early or even like toward the later end. It was just a World Series that I know that he played in. Like that's where I really saw him grinding. I don't think he had also again like for SuperEvan. I think he should be playing with the best players, just based off of previous years. So I don't know how that happened. If people just forgot about Ev, or I think maybe he went the more content route this year. I'd probably put him at like 81.
Damn.
I think Ev, if Ev is not worried about YouTube upload,
that's fair, chat. That's fair.
Like back when he was playing with Diaz, I mean, they were arguably one of the best duos of all time. Definitely one of the best trios he's been a part of. With the I think back-to-back seconds with you guys, or I just know Evan was always a great player. Like that. Like when I think of SuperEvan, I think of top performances, always in that top 3 when it mattered. 2v2s, they ran the game. But this year, I don't even know who we played 2s with. And World Series team, I do think that Ev is a higher caliber player. And I do think with the right people around him, like that's where he shines. He's a great IGL too. Good personality. Like he knows how to play the game. I don't think he's like a panicky type player. Like he understands how to win. Clear comms out of him at all times. So I wish he played more.
I will say this. Look, talking about Evan, I think if anybody knows Evan in this call, in this thing, it's more than anybody, it's me. I played with him for 2 years straight. Every single day. Give it to me straight.
Here he goes.
And again, this year, I don't think Evan performed to his ability. I think
I
he
hate
hated the
getting
game and he didn't grind.
Hector.
Like, transparently speaking. But Evan is arguably top 3 IGLs in the game. Like, people don't understand that Evan's brain, when he wants to, that's the biggest thing. I remember having this conversation. If Evan is passionate, that man is a weirdo, bro. Like, he just knows things, and he knows rotations, and he knows where the circle's gonna end. Like, if we got Verdansk Evan back, or Caldera Evan, like, that man is different, bro. That man is really good. Do I think that this, whatever he ends up with after we're done with this, is accurate representation of him as a player? No, but I think it is an accurate representation of him.
You're saying
this
you're
year.
Celtic Shaq.
I mean,
Evan, and again, now is way different. But we're ranking now. I personally learned how to IGL from Evan back in Verdansk. I really do think that he's one of the smartest players in the game. I've learned a lot from him, but we are ranking this year.
He's stroking my shit. I like it.
Even put him close to these. I will put him like 77, 78. I'll say 78. And the reason I say that is because
he spit it back. He spit it back.
We got a mates from
they just weren't a duo anymore. I think he was just like, all right, like I'll just go play with Swag. Or
I qualified for World Series with Trey. There ain't no way I get a 78.
I'll just go do whatever, see where I fit. And he
There's
wasn't
no
like,
way.
well, I'm
Wait,
gonna go out
did
and get,
Trey
like, one of
get
the
a
best,
higher
I'm gonna take
rating than
somebody
you?
from
From
somebody
me, he did. Yeah, that cocksucker.
Next year, you'll see Evan playing with like 2 demons again, and not just like settle for.
I'm putting Emates up for adoption. What the fuck?
I think he's gonna have a good year next year. I think 78 is probably fair for this year.
That's insane.
78 is
what do you think about
crazy.
Brawling?
Mark my fucking words, chat. You know what? You can clip this, chat.
82. All right. What do you think, Shifty?
Actually, you know what?
Brawling?
Nah, just know I'm gonna get it back. Just know that. I can't.
people like
They
Chase,
Shifty
and
and Jay did give me a fair rating because I didn't.
In customs,
compete. I didn't
know
want to
too
compete.
much
I
about
fucking
how
hate,
it went down,
bro.
how
I
he
fucking
landed on
hated
the
this
random,
game,
because I know
chat.
for a
I
while he didn't
fucking
have a team.
hated
He
this
was
game. This
tweeting
game
out, like,
sucked.
He doesn't even know why.
Everyone fucking hated that shit. I fucking hated this game. This game was so dog shit.
I'm gonna like DM to people.
I want nothing to do with it.
You are very, very good.
I'll be back.